This is the Outre approach. Alright, so let's talk about Tomb of the Mutilated. This album was recorded in June of 1992 and was released on September 22nd, 1992, a little over a year since the release of their second album, Butchered at Birth. Before even getting to digest and analyze the first song, there's an obvious change in most noticeably Alex Webster's bass tone. So what's different about it, you might ask? On the previous two albums, the bass tone was almost stock in the low range and it would sit back in the mids, which is a way a lot of music is made. But the change on this album is the bass has more attack and it's louder in the mids. It has a growling effect and sounds a little less on the low end with some gain added to really blend into the mids and make it more noticeable. The guitars sound more crisp, and the best noticeable improvement when the drum recording is the clean sound of the toms during drum fills. And speaking of drum fills, there were quite a few nice ones on here too. This album has some really good tracks, including their most popular hit, Hammer Smash Face. I think what makes a good Cannibal Corpse song is their combination of riffs, and how well they flow together. If you look at all of their hits, they are held together by strong riffs. Let me put it this way. Imagine Group A represents parts of the songs that grab your attention. Either the riff is nasty as hell, the groove is making your head rock, or you just want to blast the volume and scream. Well, with Group B, you have parts of the song that's main purpose is just to move the song along. Usually you're waiting for the next part coming, you might get a little bored, or you might just stop paying attention altogether. These two concepts I just pulled out of my ass are completely opinion based because every person hears music differently. I, for example, think track 1 and 3 are the only tracks on the album that belong in Group A fully. Most of the other songs are filled with both A and B. Where there will be some really great parts of a song, there are also some that don't feel like required much effort to write. So are the riffs that fall into the B class worthless? Absolutely not, because they help drive the song forward and sometimes make the good riffs sound even better. I just think that this album would have had more potential if it wasn't saturated with standard, not good, not bad fill-ins that clutter up the tracks. I've always thought of this album as the death metal love album. Ironically, of course, because almost all the lyrics deal with lust and murder. But there is a main theme that deals with love, but it's been twisted into something unimaginable. I really do like this album, but there are many times I almost feel like they are spending their time on basic riffs as an easy route through the high points of their songs. So anyways, my final conclusion. I give this album a rating of 7 of 10 within the metal genre. Even with all the criticism I laid out, this album has some good moments that cannot be ignored. I can admit even overly critiquing the flaws because great music needs to be broken down in order to continually improve. So yeah, 7 out of 10, and I think I did a pretty good job of my review of this album. So this was the Outre approach, and I hope you tune in for the next album review. See ya!